Okay, so that was us.
Yes. And
Testing.
oh, we're live. Hello.
We are live. Yeah, but okay, I can talk now.
They go for the check on us.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to A Link to the Past Randomizer. I'm Vi.
My name's Nika.
I am Sten.
Hi, I'm Aggie.
So this is A Link to the Past, where all the items are randomized. Nika and I are going to be racing. We don't know anything about this seed. We're not going to be able to hear the commentators or each other, so we're just going to be focusing on the game. Let's get started and then we can explain it once.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, cool. All right, I'm going to stop talking and you won't hear me for 2 hours. Goodbye.
All right. Let's see. I mean, someone's going to give hand. You can still hear me. You should mute me then. I mean, sometimes they. Oh, sorry. Sometimes these do weird things, but if we just do that and that, then they should definitely be at 0 now, right?
Turn your own game audio on.
Good.
Hello.
Hello.
Can't hear me?
Hello.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, just try not to listen to what we're saying. All right, so we are going to get underway in. I'm just gonna in 3, 2, 1, go.
Go.
All right, so this is A Link to the Past Randomizer. It is an open seed, which means basically that instead of having to run through escape, go through an escape Hyrule Castle before you can explore the map proper, you can just do everything is open from the start. Which is just it gives a few more options to getting started out in the in exploring the seed. And we've seen both runners start at Link's house and head to Hyrule Castle in order to check the items at Uncle and that chest there. And so for this race, the runners need to beat Ganon. To beat Ganon, you need this is a 7/7 seed, so you need 7 crystals to unlock Ganon's tower and 7 crystals to beat Ganon. You get a crystal in vanilla. You get a crystal from each Dark World dungeon. Of course, because this is a randomizer, the crystals are shuffled, so they can turn. You've got 7 crystals that you need to get across the 10 Light and Dark World dungeons. Now we're seeing both runners head to Sanctuary and head up and exploring northwest Hyrule. I'm expecting them to go to Lost Woods and Kakariko Village next. And so far we've seen both runs find a red potion in a bottle. There's the bottle. You do need at least 1 bottle for all the checks, and Nika has just checked the ledge, the Lumberjack's ledge. The Lumberjacks are a bit of an annoying one in that if there's anything important there, you need to beat Aghanim's Tower, which is normally an optional dungeon in Randomizer. And you also need boots for that check, which boots are nice to have, but thankfully just a heart there, so nothing necessary.
I like dashing with the boots that I have.
Who doesn't like dashing with the boots that they have? Yeah, so far both runners taking a very similar route. It tends to go the same way in the early game. There'll be a bit more divergence later on if they find different items, or if they just have different strats in general. We've got Nika heading into Kakariko Village, with Vi not too far behind. Nika checking Blind's Hut, which has 5 chests, 30 rupees and bombs there. Bombs are useful for blowing up some walls. Rupees, there are a few checks that require money. Ooh, and an ice rod there for Nika. which will be useful if Turtle Rock is a required dungeon. The only mandatory use of Ice Rod is for beating Turtle Rock. For a single check, but also a crystal, potentially. Yeah, Kakariko Village, people tend to go there early in the early game, just because A, it's open from the start, and B, there's a lot of items there. Well, that was kind of burner for Nika as well. And Vi following fairly close behind. Cane of Burner is one of 2 items that you can use to get a check later in the game, which is Spike Cave. Oh, that's the hook shot there. That is a very useful item. The hook shot unlocks East Death Mountain. It unlocks... it's required for some dungeons. And it's also required for Aghanim's Tower. Sorry, for Ganon's Tower. So it is a required item for the run.
We have time for a quick donation.
Go for it.
We have $30 on Kate Latte that says, "Hi, good luck, good morning. Please put this towards the tutorial." And as just a reminder, we do have a donation incentive for the run that's just after this. There is going to be a live tutorial incentive for the any percent run coming up right now after this. There's $200 left, so if you want a live tutorial on how to beat Link to the Past in about just under 5 minutes with glitches, then make sure to include that in your comment when you're donating. Thank you so much.
It's a fun category, and anyone in the crowd can learn it. It is a fun category to learn.
I believe the idea is also to optionally invite someone from the crowd to learn it as well.
I believe so. So Nika's heading into the library here just to check what item's there. She can't get it at the moment. Thankfully, it's just rupees. It's nothing important. But you do need boots to get into the library. And she's now heading over to the race game. And there's nothing important there either, so doesn't have to go and actually go through the race. Nika's heading down to the well. There's one check in the well. Actually, sorry, there's 2. There's one in this chest, and then there's one if you pull the there's one when you lower the dam as well. And then I expect Nika to head down to the southeast of Hyrule, for the Ice Rod Cave. And Mini Moldorm Cave, of course, which is another cave that gets hit pretty early because it's open from the start and it has 5 items in it, which is a lot of items for a cave. There's only three rooms in the game that have 5 chests like that. Or sorry, 3 individual caves like that. What do we have in here? Rupee, shield, bread meringue. Nothing too exciting there. The shield is strictly unnecessary for the run. There is technically 4 checks that logically require the mirror shield in Turtle Rock, but it's very, very easy to get them without it.
Logic is also just a suggestion.
Yeah, logic is just a suggestion. This is, I believe the runners are going by NMG rules, no major glitches, but there are a number of minor glitches that I expect will be utilized throughout the course of the rando. so far, runners just following the same path, really. There's not too much to comment on there. It's basically just following where the dense checks are. It looks like we might be seeing a little bit of a glitch here from Nika in a second. I think she's going to go for fake flippers, which is basically a way of swimming in water without the flippers, which are normally required. So you can get fake flippers by jumping into water and then going into a screen transition on the next frame, or there's a few other methods that you can get it as well. So Nika's heading up to check the Lake Hylia item, which was a magic powder. Magic powder is it's very useful as a safety item because you can turn anti-fairies into fairies for free health. It's also quite handy. Well, it's also required to check the magic bat. But to get to that island, you need the mirror, which neither of the runners have. So we won't be getting there for a while. And Nika's found another bottle in its vanilla location, funnily enough. And Vi following the same path, very close behind. Although I think we're seeing our first real divergence here. It looks like Vi is heading up to. Oh nope, never mind. I think the thing of note is that Vi does not know that the magic powder's on that island, so if it becomes important, Nika has that knowledge. Oh, that's a glove for Nika, that's very useful. Gloves are used to pick up rocks, which can let you go to certain places. And there was also the Ether Medallion as well, which is which is useful. So there's two Turtle Rock and Misery Mire, two of the last two Dark World dungeons. Each of them requires a medallion. It's randomized as to which medallion each of them requires. They can both require the same one. It might be two different. So it's possible that the Ether Medallion is a required item. Now we have our first real divergence, with Vi heading up to check what's on Zora Ledge and King Zora. Oh, sorry, not checking King Zora because she doesn't have the money. And Nika's exploring Eastern Palace, which is a pendant dungeon. So there's 7 crystal dungeons which are all required. The 3 pendant dungeons are not strictly required, but obviously there can still be items in there. I believe Eastern Palace has three items plus the items that are normally in the dungeon. The big key, the big key, and the map, the compass. All the dungeon items, the big keys, small keys, maps, and compasses are randomized within their own dungeons, so you're not going to find any keys outside, like any of those items outside of their native dungeons. Nika attempting a little quick kill on the skeletons. They load at certain positions, so you can predict where they spawn and throw pots at them to kill them instantly, but unfortunately just messed that up. So if I've been... No, there's a few more options. So Nika's heading, I believe, to check back of escape. If you have the glove, you can just drop down through the grave in order to check it. And there's 3 items. There are 3 items in the back of escape. They do both also have just front of escape to check. There's 1 check over in desert at the moment. Oh, that's the That is the Titan's Myths for Nika, which are very useful. That'll give her Dark World access once she has Moon Pearl. So there's a few different ways you can gain Dark World access. You can get it either with a hammer and a glove. You can get it with 2 gloves, like Nika has now. Or you can beat Aghanim, which is the slow way and the vanilla way. And thankfully, Aghanim not required, or looking to not be required this seed. There is the small chance that the Moon Pearl will be on on the pyramid, which is where you get teleported after beating Aghanim.
Yeah, fingers crossed, it's not required.
Fingers crossed.
If this was me rolling the seed, it would be 100% be required.
Oh yes, absolutely. So Nika is doing a dark room now. This is the, I believe it's the Old Man Cave. Or was she still in the castle? I didn't actually quite check. So you can navigate dark rooms. It's a lot easier to navigate dark rooms with a sword because you can just sort of hold the sword out. Ah, yeah, it was the Old Man Cave. So but you can still walk. Like dark rooms don't actually physically lock you out. You just can't see where you're going. But yeah, these runners have played the rooms so many times they know exactly what they're doing. This gives Nika access to Death Mountain, and with that hook shot, she can get over to the east side as well. Vi doing a little bit of a damage boost there in order to get to the compass chest. The intended way to do that room is that you kill all the enemies and then the anti-fairies will disperse, but you can just sort of damage boost. Okay, so we've seen 2 major items just now. Nika has spotted the boots in Spectacle Rock, or in Spectacle Rock Cave, which the boots unlock a few checks, but also they're so fast. You can dash with the boots, they are very good. And the the hammer was spotted on Spectacle Rock as well, which is going to be required, but you can only get that check once you have the mirror. So I imagine as soon as Nika has mirror, she'll be heading up to go and grab that hammer. Now we've got Vi is heading over to Escape in order to check, there's a few checks through Escape, and Nika's checking Paradox Cave, which has 7 items, I believe. There's another Doubt Medallion, that one's Bombos. That can also be used to unlock Turtle Rock or Misery Mire, depending on what the seed is thrown at us. There's Half Magic for Nika, which is also a very useful item. Well, very useful in that it's more magic just makes everything easier in terms of some bosses, and just you don't have to worry about magic management nearly as much. And now it looks like Nika's following Vi's footsteps and heading up to Escape. Oh, and there's Cane of Samaria. They won't give any progression at the moment, but it's useful for... it lets you beat Misery Mire, it lets you beat Turtle Rock, lets you do a lot in Turtle Rock. As well as being required for the right side of Ganon Tower's basement. So it's worth noting, right now neither runner has a sword, so they're both making use of of other items in interesting ways in order to kill enemies. Sometimes they'll be using bombs. We saw Vi just now getting kills with the Samaria blocks. And Nika getting kills with the Cane of Burner. Not ways you'd normally use them in a vanilla playthrough, but sometimes Randomizer just makes you do that. Vi's heading over to the west now to check Agana's cave in the desert. Nothing on the desert ledge, but maybe Agana will have something for us. And Nika's heading back to escape, I think to get Hyrule Dark Cross, which is a room in escape. Normally it requires the lamp. Oh, never mind. Oh, Vi has found the flute, which gives logical access to Death Mountain. And also just allows for fast travel around the map. And Nika's just getting bonk rocks now, which require the boot. Nothing there, unfortunately. I'm getting worried that this is going to be an Aga's seed.
Me too.
Because they are running out of places to check. Vi's activating her flute. Need to head to Kakariko and activate the flute at the statue before you can use it. And it looks like Nika is heading over to Zora's domain. She has the funds to see what's on King Zora. So we will be seeing what that check is.
And looks like Vi is following suit.
Well, between the two of them, there's really not that much left to check at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless I've miscalculated, I think this is the King Zora is the last possible place that Moonpearl could be before having to do Aga. Although actually, the runners don't have a lamp at the moment, so they don't actually have a way. It can't be logically required for them to go to the tower right now. Ah, there's the mushroom. So the mushroom lets you get the lets you get an item from the witch, which is one more check that's unlocked.
Lovely progression chain so far.
Yeah, it's sort of it's a very linear one.
Yeah.
So far, it's not really that much to check. Like, there's not many. There hasn't been too many options. It's sort of all just getting sent in the same direction. Vi's actually able to get that mushroom check a bit faster because she has the flute. Fly right there. Nika choosing to do a fake flippers in order to warp there from Link's house. And there's the mirror, which will Vi doesn't know it yet, but it will give her access to the hammer, and actually it gives them it gives them both access to the Tower of Hera as well. Which I didn't catch whether the Tower of Hera was a crystal or a pendant. Not sure if you can see from from there.
Nope.
So Vi's now going through and cleaning up Old Man Cave, and Nika is rushing to that hammer and presumably going to head the Tower of Hera. And actually, with that hook shot, Tower of Hera is beatable. Normally, you'd need a fire source in order normally you might need a fire source, depending on where the keys are, in order to access one of the items in the basement. But with the hook shot, we can do a trick called what is the trick called? I have forgotten the name of the trick. But basically, we can use the hook shot. Oh, there's Mirror Pearl, so that gives Nika Dark World access, which really opens the game up. So Nika is positioning a bomb very precisely, and then positioning herself very precisely. Unfortunately, didn't have the positioning quite right there, but attempting to clip into the pillar thing. It looks like she was just given it one shot, and now is going with that hammer and that Moon Pearl to the Dark World. While Vi makes her way through the Old Man Cave. Nika's now heading to Hype Cave, named as such because it's a 5-item cave, and in earlier versions of the randomizer had a very good chance of giving you useful items. I think it's not quite as overpowered these days, but it does still have the cape, which will let her get through Bumper Cave in the North Dark World. And Vi's now heading over, grabbing that hammer as well. So she will, I imagine, find that Moon Pearl in just a moment as well. Nika's making her way through the Dark World, just grabbing a few things on her way to the Village of Outcasts, the dark version of Kakariko Village. And we'll see Vi going for this trick as well. I wish I could remember what it was called. Hera pot, that's it. Because you're falling into the pot in Tower of Hera. So Vi did succeed in getting the trick, so she will be going and finishing that dungeon. Although there may potentially still be items lying around for her that she needs. And actually, Vi did not go and check Spectacle Rock Cave, so she still hasn't found those boots yet. And having to fight Moldorm with hammer, because neither runner still has a sword.
Troldom, please be nice.
Oh. Okay, 3 hits with the hammer kills Moldorm, and Vi doesn't fall off at all, which is more than can be said for me when I when I have attempted this fight. And that's our first dungeon beaten, actually. And a crystal for Vi, so that's 1 down, 6 to go for her. And we've got Nika heading through the Dark World, turning the frog back into a smith, and grabbing their item. And I think Nika doesn't realize that you can actually go and get the smith check without returning to the Dark World. Although, the smiths have a sword, which, funnily enough, that's where a sword would be in the vanilla game. So we do have our first sword of the run now. Strictly speaking, you need... So there are four swords in the game. The basic sword, the master sword, the tempered sword, and the gold sword. Strictly speaking, you need 2 of them to beat Ganon. Although it's intended that you have the gold sword, but you can do it with only master sword through the use of glitches. Vi is now heading through East Death Mountain and finding those checks as well. That Bombos medallion. And Nika are about to find that flute in Agnes Cave.
Do we have time for a couple of donations?
Go for it.
We have $50 from Aghanim that says, "Ooh, you want to fight me so badly." Bad? Question mark? But really good luck to both the runners, and put this towards the donation tutorial incentive. We also have $25 from Anonymous that says, "Let's get teaching someone how easy it is to speedrun. Put my money towards the Link to the Past donation incentive," which does put us at only $125 left of that. So you still got about an hour and a half before that run starts. If we hit that, then Vi will teach how to do the run on stage, and perhaps invite someone from the crowd as well up to do it as well, which is very exciting.
So Vi just now went to Turtle Rock. She saw that Bombos was the required medallion, but unfortunately, she does not have a sword yet, so she can't actually open up the dungeon, which will cost a little bit of time later, not too much. Vi showing off a little glitch there. If you mash with the mirror while you're pushing a block, the blocks just sort of disappear. Can't use it in dungeons because if you mirror in a dungeon, it would just warp you back to the start of the dungeon. But it is useful in a few caves just to save a little bit of time. Vi's now in what we know as Hookshot Cave because you just hookshot all around it. Finding another sword there, so we've got the locations of 2 swords and the flippers as well, which are required for Swamp Palace, or strictly required for Swamp Palace, and also just, you know, intended for anything where you'd be swimming. And Nika's heading into a dungeon now. This is Thieves Town. And she has all the items she needs to go just run through and clear out the whole thing. And claim her first crystal. And I think Vi is now heading to Spec Rock Cave, which she skipped over earlier, but definitely will pay off to check. And now Vi has realised what's in Spec Rock Cave. Nika still making their way through Thieves Town. Oh, missing that throw. But just backing it up with the boomerang. And Vi, I believe, will now be heading up to the Dark World as well. Choosing just to take the Kakariko village walk to Village of Outcasts. And Vi's choosing to head up to Skullwood as her first Dark World dungeon. She does not have the fire rod though, so she won't be able to beat the dungeon. But there's still a few checks to do here. And able to skip a little statue pushing puzzle by just throwing down a Samaria block. Oh, another sword there. That's third, Vi's second, and the third between our two runners. Gives her the Master Sword for just that bit of extra damage. Which is very nice to have. Like running around, like you can end up running around some of these randomizer seeds with, like I believe with just the fighter's sword or no sword at all. You know, running around the Dark World, which is, it's hard. This game's not easy. So Nika's setting up for the blind kill. Oh, and actually using the cape for it. The cape actually I didn't realize she was on 1 health. Yeah, the cape just lets you it makes you invulnerable and invisible. And if you rapidly slash your sword while you've got the cape active, it for some reason just doesn't lose magic nearly as quickly. Oh, there's our last medallion for Nika. So runners aren't going to have, or she's certainly not going to have to worry about what medallions needed for Maya, because she's got all of them. She'll be able to get in. So looking at the items the runners have, I believe the only required items that we haven't seen yet are the fire rod and the bow.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, the bow is required for both Eastern Palace and Palace of Darkness. Eastern Palace was a pendant dungeon, so that may not be required. But Palace of Darkness, I also didn't catch whether Palace of Darkness was a pendant. There are limited circumstances where you don't need the bow. Actually, you need it for. Actually, never mind. You need the bow for to climb Ganon's Tower. So the runners will definitely need the bow. They'll need the fire rod to beat Skull Woods. And not strictly required for Ganon's Tower, but very useful. Now Vi's heading into Thieves Town. And Nika exploring Dark World. Oh, sorry, North Dark World, but there's a couple of checks in North Light World that you can only get to through North Dark World. And it looks like Nika's heading to East Death Mountain, presumably to Dark East Death Mountain, in order to have probably to check the Turtle Rock Medallion and to get a few items in Super Bunny Cave. named as such because it's easy to get into. If you don't have the Moon Pearl, you can get into a glitch state as Bunny Link, in order to sort of still be able to grab items and stuff in this cave. And Nika doing a little trick with the hook shot to just clip through the blocks, and another with the mirror to make them disappear entirely. Saves climbing and descending several flights of stairs. And finding the book for her troubles. The book gives a couple of checks, as well as giving the vanilla intended access to Desert Palace. And Nika's now heading into Hookshot Cave as well, where she will find the flippers, I believe. And her Master Sword. By being very careful of the cockroaches, which are for enemies that don't look particularly threatening, they deal like 2 hearts of damage. They are very scary. Don't like them at all. Yeah, so right now we've got each runner basically retracing each other's steps from a little while ago. So if you've got anything to read, Kenora?
Absolutely. We have $90 from TJ that says, "Hey, listen! 3 years at PAX and I'm always happy to see a Zelda speedrun. Best of luck to the runners." Just as a reminder, we are AusSpeedruns for PAX. We're raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research to hopefully make this the last generation to die from cancer. If you would like to donate, you can go to our website, donate.allspeedruns.com, or we do have a QR code here on the side if you're here in person, or if you're in the Twitch chat, you can type !donate as well to get that donate link. And just as a reminder, we are $125 away from that live tutorial. If you want to see Vi give everyone a little bit of a demonstration as to exactly how to do the tricks that she's going to be doing in the next run, make sure to include that in your donation message. And with $125 more, we will reach that. So very close there. Thank you.
We've got Vi here going for a quick kill on blind. If you hit them in the same way each time, it's pretty easy to set up pretty easy to set this up as basically a scripted fight, where like if you get like the first frame hit, you can just hold your sword out for it. He will just go to the same place every time. There's another crystal from Vi. I believe that's 2 for her now.
Yes.
Which I think technically puts her in the lead, but like the runners have done different things. It's hard to say exactly who's ahead. And Nika's heading into Swamp Palace now. I believe she has... Yeah, she's got all the equipment she needs to just go and clear the place out. Be interested in seeing whether she does left side though, because left side has 2 checks. It's not... You know, then like there's a good chance there's going to be nothing there. So it's sort of a balance of whether you take the time to go and check it versus whether you just leave it and hope that there's nothing good there. And I'm wondering, will we see a little trick from Nika here? No, I think we will from Vi though, when she gets the Swamp Palace. Swamp is also a crystal. One of the nice things about having hookshot for Swamp Palace is that you can grab some of the keys early and just rush through the dungeon. Makes the routing a bit easier. You don't, like, normally there's a lot of back and forth with entering and leaving rooms, raiding border levels, but you can skip over a lot of that just by having the hookshot. In the digging game now. The digging game, I believe, so it's random how many tiles you have to dig in order to find the item. It's randomized with the seed though, so it's the same between the two runners. I believe it can be anywhere between 1 and 30 digs to get it, so sometimes it can feel like it takes forever to find the item. Nika going for a little glitch there by walking through the door as the bomb explodes. It sort of saves that state of the bomb exploding on top of that switch. Now she's going for a little trick called Diver Down, where basically she's going to put herself into the water or underwater, but not actually swimming. It's a bit of a difficult trick. There we go, she's got it. So she's now underwater, and then when she enters this room, that bomb will finish exploding and flick that switch. Which is useful for just getting through that section a bit faster. And now Vi following into Swamp Palace. Now Vi forgetting to hit the mirror before going into Swamp Palace. Because you need to, in order to actually do anything in Swamp Palace, you need to, it's one of the areas in the game where the light world influences the dark world. If you lower the water, or if you open the dam in the light world, that brings the water into Swamp Palace as well. And so Nika has gone and cleared out left side of Swamp Palace. I was not watching, so I didn't see whether she got anything helpful. One of the annoying things, it's sort of it's a blessing and a curse with Swamp Palace. The big key is not actually required for the boss. There's a few dungeons in the game like that. It's only required to open the big chest, which means that if you're left with, like, if you finish the dungeon and you haven't checked the chest because you didn't have the big key at the time, then you may just have to re-enter if you even want to check it.
Do you have time for a quick update?
Go for it.
We received quite a number, especially all at once. We received $125 from Larissa that says, Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past, 80% major glitches. Hey, listen, ask and you shall receive. Let's teach someone the ropes, which has now made that donation incentive fully met. Thank you everyone so much for that. Right after this run, Violet will be teaching everyone here how to do that 80% speedrun, and perhaps even inviting someone from the crowd up to do it themselves as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so both runners opting to do left side of Swamp. And Nika is now fighting Argus. He's named Argus. He's also known as the DVD screensaver. Because he will just sort of bounce around like this. That is our second crystal for Nika. So now runners are tied in numbers of crystals. Although Vi is ahead by 1 crystal, but it's also a fairly quick crystal to get. So it's really hard to say who's in the lead here. And Nika is re-entering the dungeon to check that big chest. And there is our first bow. So that was a excuse me. That was a very good choice to re-enter that dungeon. So I think for Nika that leaves just the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nika found the flippers, so
I believe it's just the fire rod left.
just the just the fire rod for go mode. Go mode being when you have all the items you need to beat the game, and can just sort of rush through, not having to check any chests, just go through, beat the bosses, and finish. And Vi doing another diver down there in order to skip having to lower the water in another room, and also skip having to push a statue in order to get into that room to lower the water. And Vi is choosing to go back and check that big chest now. Not sure. I'm not sure which is faster, whether you just backtracking like this or going just re-entering the dungeon. But a very good choice by both runners not to go and cut their losses and skip it this time. Oh, and Nika has found the fire rod in Desert Palace, which I think that's go mode.
Yeah, that is go mode for Nico.
So she now has all the items she needs. She just needs to go and finish the game.
Yeah. And I believe it's also a required dungeon.
Yes, it is. So right now, Vi has the advantage in terms of, or will have the advantage in a moment in terms of number of dungeons beaten, but Nika has the advantage of all the items she needs to beat the seed. Although she is still going through and checking checking for items, I imagine just to hopefully find another sword, because Ganon with Master Sword is hard. Like Ganon with Master Sword, you have to do, I think, 24 sword spins without getting killed, and I don't think either runner has found armor yet. So
Nope.
they're both taking full damage, or like maximum damage from anything that hits them.
Yeah, both our runners just have base armor.
Yeah, the Ganon fight is tough. Nika struggling to find that key, but getting there eventually. I'm trying to remember how much. I think Ganon might be 7 hearts of damage if you don't have armor, which is he hits hard. So Vi heading to Ice Palace without the Fire Rod, but you can get through Ice Palace without the Fire Rod if you have Bombos. You need either Fire Rod or Bombos, both for that opening room to kill the I think they're freezers or freezors or something. And you also need the same either of them for the boss as well, for the first phase of the boss. Now there's another crystal for Nika. Bring her to 3? 4?
Yes. 3.
3. I can count.
Counting is hard.
And Vi is going to be going for quite a cool trick here. It's called Icebreaker. And allows you to break this dungeon. Basically, using a Samaria block and like sort of giving yourself the door state when you're not supposed to have it, you can just kind of clip through that wall. And Vi finding the gold sword. So she has every sword available to her now. She is dealing a lot of damage with that, which will make things very easy going forward. Well, certainly much easier. But Icebreaker is very nice because it just lets you backtrack through a whole section. Like you can do a whole section of dungeon in reverse, and it just makes the routing a bit cleaner. You don't have to come here later. Vi finding that big key as well, which will let her check the big chest. It's another one of those dungeons where you don't actually need the big key if you know the right glitches. There is a big key door, but you can just sort of skip it. And I think we will be seeing... I mean, actually, we definitely will be seeing Vi skip it because she did Icebreaker. Oh, okay, Vi damage boosting over there in order to go for Iced Tea Room. We call it Iced Tea Room because it is a tea and it is made of ice. Finding the bug net, which not a required item, but it can be useful for... you can use it to put fairies in bottles, which can be used as a safety. And Nika following behind Vi and finding that extra sword as well. So now she's definitely in a comfortable position to beat the game. So Vi was pushing the wrong block there and then had an enemy run into her and died. Thankfully, with half magic, she's still got plenty of magic to go back through the dungeon, but this is quite an unfortunate place to die. You just have to walk back through the dungeon to get there. And Nika falling down to the big chest the intended way. And it looks like Nika's also taking the intended route to Iced Tea Room, just running through through this slippery path here. And finding that bug net as well. And now we have both runners in basically the same place. Thankfully, Nika has the big key heading through the intended way to the boss. And we're going to see, at first this run, we're going to see both runners doing the same boss at the same time. Going for a quick kill, not quite locking them in the corner where they're supposed to stay. In fact, taking that potion as a good bit of safety, but making short work of the boss with that gold sword. Wow, both in the same crystal animation at the same time.
Very nice.
So that leaves both runners with the same number of crystals, just not the same crystals. Each has one that the other doesn't. And now Nika's heading up to Skull Woods. With that fire rod, she'll be able to go through and beat the whole thing. And actually, Vi heading back to Skull Woods as well. Maybe. Oh no, back down to Village of Outcasts. In order to check those North Dark World checks. I think Bumper Cave? No. Ah, going for Bonk Rocks, which I don't think she hit earlier. Having found those boots a bit later. Nika doing a quick inventory check, and I think she's just realised she's in go mode. Choosing to leave Skull Woods. And heading to, I'm guessing, Tower of Heron? Oh no. Heading back to Kakariko.
Back to Skullwoods, I would.
Back to Skull Woods, maybe?
Yeah.
Not sure why the save and quit there. But yes, back to Skull Woods. Still haven't caught whether Skull Woods was a crystal or a pendant. Ah yeah, crystal. Is now heading up to check. Oh, actually, Vi's heading up to get a blue potion from the Fountain Fairy, and to do those checks as well. With Nika making her way through Skull Woods. With Tempered Sword and the Fire Rod, she'll be able to make very short work of Mothula. Taking deliberate damage on that spike in order to get out of the bunny state. because with Bunny you can't swing your sword, you can't use items. And heading into Mothula. Mothula is quite an annoying boss because due to, like, basically it was designed so that it wouldn't hurt itself on the spikes, but in doing so they accidentally made it so that if you hit it into the spikes, it doesn't take damage from your hit either, which means that you have to be careful to hit it, sort of generally try to hit it into the blocks, or just so that it's not hitting spikes, otherwise you just won't deal damage. I think that's 5 crystals to Nika now. Still
Yeah.
one to go in Tower of Hera. And then it'll be one of the 3 of Palace of Darkness, Misery Maya, and Turtle Rock. And she's heading up to Hera now. Oh no, not heading to Hera. I think heading to Turtle Rock actually. So I haven't quite caught which dungeons are pendants and which are crystals, but I'm assuming the Turtle Rock is the last crystal that we haven't seen yet. In which case, it makes a lot of sense actually to go to Turtle Rock, and then you can walk over to Ganon's Tower, mirror in front of it, and then you're at Tower of Hera, and then once you beat Tower of Hera, you walk back to the Dark World, and immediately head to Ganon's Tower. And yet Nika making use of that bug net to grab a fairy. That means that if she dies, she will have her health partially replenished, and not take the death. Which, in the late game, especially with no armor, which somehow hasn't showed up yet. Very smart.
Yeah, Nika has Zora's tunic.
Oh, she has another jig? She got
Yeah.
a tunic? Oh, nice. In which case, she's, still a good safety to have. But she's not in quite as much danger. And Vi, at the moment, is still running around because she has not found that fire rod.
I believe she'll find it very soon.
Potentially.
Fingers crossed.
It would make sense for her to go into just to mirror and go into Desert Palace after doing this check. But the question is, will she?
Yeah, that is the question.
Because currently she doesn't have a fire source, so she doesn't you can't beat the dungeon without a fire source. You need either fire rod or lamp in order to get to the boss. So it's very easy to write off the whole dungeon. Think, oh, I don't need to. I'll go there when I have a fire source. And yes, Nika confirming that Turtle Rock is our last crystal dungeon. So she is not only go mode, but she is in the second last dungeon she needs to beat. Well, second last other than Ganon's Tower. And Vi has chosen to dip into Desert Palace.
Yeah. So Vi will also be in Go mode very soon.
Yeah, definitely will be rewarded for this one. Those chomps that Nika was running past deal so much damage. So right now, I would say Nika almost certainly in the lead. Vi does have an extra dungeon under her belt at this point. Actually, no, they're tied. Actually, yeah, they're tied in dungeons. Because Vi still needs to be Desert Palace. But yeah, Nika in a very good position right now. And finding that big key in its vanilla location. The big key is, I guess you need a couple of keys to get through, and that big key to get to the boss. But now Nika doesn't actually need to check a chest for the rest of the dungeon. She can just run all the way through. And choosing to skip the safety ledge. If you go down left from there, you can go outside and then re-enter the dungeon from a slightly different entrance where the big chest is. If you do that, it can be just a little bit of a safety thing, because when you're in a dungeon, you always return to the entrance you came from, and that means that if you die, you can respawn a bit closer to the start of to where you want to be. Nick is actually taking advantage of iframes with those switch blocks there. If you put the blocks up on top of you, then you end up with invulnerability frames. Oh, of course, Nick is still not having the lamp. Needs to do this room dark. Thankfully, it's fairly simple. You just hold down right, press a switch, and then hold right, and then hold left, and then you're in the right spot. Nika, doesn't actually have a small key. I think there is guaranteed to be one on Laser Bridge though. Taking advantage of that mirror shield in order to check these chests, and yes, finding that key. But not choosing to take the safety ledge, so if she dies to Moldorm, she will have to backtrack from the start of the dungeon. So, sorry, not Moldorm, Trinex. And we should see a quick kill on Trinex here. Ooh, missing a few magic shots. Trinex just duking out of the way. Also note that she switched to the fire rod before killing the Trinex head. If you, due to the way Trinex is done, like Trinex works, if like one of the heads is in the animations of blowing up, you can't open the menu or switch items. Actually, one thing I haven't mentioned at all yet is that A Link to the Past Randomizer has a few quality of life improvements over the original game. One of the more significant of which is letting you quick switch between items with L and R without having to open the menu. Just cycles through your items in either direction. In the games, in the original games, L and R are basically unused, so there's no reason not to just actually make them helpful and save opening the menu every time you want to change items. And now Vi, following the Turtle Rock, we'll have to go through and check all of these chests, as she needs that that big key as well.
We have time for a couple of donations.
Absolutely.
We had $50 from Kylie with no comment, but we thank you and appreciate you all the same. And we had $75 from Freddy Faz Wright. PAX fan and fan of speedruns, please put this towards the speedrun tutorial and do pick from the audience because I'm always right. I've done this to myself. Thank you all so much. We did well go past that incentive, but all your money towards Game on Cancer is appreciated much all the same. Thank you.
Nika has headed to the basement of Tower of Hera in order to get the big key to climb the tower. just have to wait out the tile room, which is a bit on the slow side. Just have to wait for all the tiles to get thrown at you. Should do a neat little trick there, though, by giving yourself invulnerability frames on those switch blocks. You can just stand there and not have to deal with avoiding the enemies. Continuing through Turtle Rock, very close to finding that big key. Yeah, Nika just being able to spin down Moldorm with 2 spin attacks. Nice easy fight when you've got the damage. And that is Nika's final crystal, so she will now be able to enter Ganon's Tower. So Ganon's Tower, we have, I think it's 20-something chests that you can check to find the big key. You need the big key in order to access the top of the tower. You need entering floor 2. You want at least 1 big key and 1 small key, just in order to guarantee you can actually beat the tower.
Yeah. So what chest do you think our owners will find that big key?
Oh, I'm gonna say chest number 5.
Okay, I'm gonna say chest number 13.
Oh, you're not optimistic. So that is 1, 2. Those are the 2. The right side's a bit slower to check. So a lot of the time, runners will just go and check those first 2 chests there. There's 3. Nika bonking across a gap there. Do we have a key? No, we don't. Okay, my prediction was incorrect. That's 7 chests. Yeah, I mean, it's an intended mechanic, but you can just there's a lot of gaps that you can just, like, dash against a wall and bonk across. And there is one thing in Ganon's Tower where that is the intended solution. It's like it's clear they knew it was a thing, but then there's a lot of places you can do it where they just never really allowed for it.
By also opting not to get the safety ledge.
Oh no, she might. Oh no, she won't. Oh, I think if there's a small key in here, you're guaranteed to have the big key in here. So that is exactly what Nika was looking for. Now she can proceed through the top of the tower. And Vive, cleaning up Trinax, will be heading over to Ganon's Tower shortly. But Nika definitely with a decent lead at this point. Nika swinging her sword. The mimics move move the opposite direction of what you press on the D-pad. But if you swing your sword, you can move them without moving yourself, which is quite useful for just getting them into a useful position to shoot. Oh, doing an item dash there with the kind of burner. A lot of items you can item dash with, where basically if you press Y and A, the dash button on the same frame, you can activate the item at the same time as you dash. Cane of burner, it basically means you can like start a dash while you're starting the cane animation. If you do so with the hammer, you can like dash with your hammer out, which lets you hammer down like pegs a bunch in a row.
Yeah, Nika is firmly in the lead because Vi dipped into Skullwoods before she had Fire Rod.
Yes,
she needs to go back.
of course. Yeah, I forgot Vi didn't have that crystal.
Thankfully, Vi is in go mode, so she can skip the rest of the checks.
Yeah, no need to do the rest of the dungeon. And Nika making her way through the tower, having to do boss refights. Land Molars, thankfully, are pretty easy to kill with Fire Rod. They're only 2 hits. In a normal vanilla run, you'd fight, like the original Landmo fight is with just the bow and the sword, and is quite tough, especially trying to do it fast. Nika using the mirror shield to kill the Wizrobes the intended way. I honestly didn't realize that was a thing you could do. Yep, Nika's still just making her way up Ganon's tower as Vi fights Mothula. And that is now 7 crystals to Vi as well, so she can head to GT. Unfortunately, not having beat Skullwoods before going to Turtle Rock just makes the routing a little bit slower, a bit more overworld movement. Oh, Vi is heading to the Master Sword pedestal, which is just a piece of heart. Thankfully, nothing important there. Although, really, we knew that already. Nika grabbing one last chest for good measure. Or perhaps the second last chest. And doing Moldorm again. 2 dungeons in a row. In a bit more of an annoying arena here, but Moldorm once again dying. No Moldorm falls from either run of this race, which is... Oh, yep, of course Vi hasn't got to this one yet. But very nice from Nika. I would never fall off Moldorm multiple times in the marathon.
No, never.
Definitely not. Never.
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 Nobody would ever do such a thing.
No way.
Definitely wouldn't put money towards it either.
And now we are seeing Aghanim 2. We didn't see Aghanim 1 because it was optional this seed, and neither runner did it. But Aga 2, you're basically just deflecting these shots at Aga. You either hit the real one, which is the one that's not transparent. That was very nice. Nika managing to get 3 shots in one cycle, which is the most you can get and quite difficult. So getting a very nice 3-cycle on Aga there, and heading into the Ganon fight. So neither runner has the silver arrow, so we will be seeing a silverless Ganon. And Nika has the tempered sword, which makes a bit slower than the gold sword for this phase of the fight, but still very easy to work with. Much, much nicer than the master sword. Although Nika, not a lot of health here, so he needs to be careful.
Oh,
and
no.
unfortunately taking a hit there.
No, she does have
but
fairy.
she does have the fairy. I forgot about that fairy. Grabbing that turning out to be a very good move. And using, so one thing I haven't mentioned about the hookshot is while you're in the hookshot animation, you are invulnerable. So you can use that to avoid taking damage from the bats or from the fireballs that surround Ganon. Nika on to phase 3 now. Phase 3, Ganon just sort of teleports around. Thankfully, he hasn't been too teleporty this seed. And now she needs to go for Silverless Ganon, which, A, you need to keep the torches lit for Ganon. And then you need to spin when he's about to teleport, and he has like a frame when he's vulnerable to your damage. And Nika will need to get 12 successful spins on Ganon in order to defeat him. It's intended in this phase that you hit Ganon with the with your sword, either tempered or gold, and then shoot him with silver arrows. But you can't do that when you don't have silver arrows. And one thing I'm a little worried about for Nika is her magic situation. If she misses a few torches.
Oh no. Oh.
That is quite unfortunate. So Nika having to redo the Ganon fight. I think she's going to head down here and grab a fairy.
Yeah, I believe
there is
so.
a fairy in the tree. And yeah, that's good. She got a bit more health this time, and another fairy in reserve. It's always unfortunate taking a phase 4 Ganon death. Nika attempted to go for a little trick called spin speed there, but not quite getting it. Oh, there's silver arrows actually, so that will make this fight much easier.
Very convenient location.
Yeah, and interesting that no one's actually been to Pyramid yet. I guess it was just never convenient.
Yeah.
So now Nika will have a much easier time on phase 4 of Ganon, because she'll be able to fight him the intended way. Instead of needing to do 12 sword spins on Ganon, she'll just need 4 hits with silver arrows. Ooh. Still taking 4 hearts of damage from Ganon though, which is like, he's strong. I'm not comfortable on this with anything less than full armor. Ooh, Nika getting caught in the fire again. Thankfully having that fairy in reserve. I think she should be able to get enough damage in.
Yeah, I believe so too.
Taking another hit, unfortunately. Not quite done with phase 2, but I think if she gets out of phase 2, she'll be set. No real risk after that with silvers. Those bats are scaring me though. Okay, yeah, on to phase 3. Just got to wait for the teleports. It's random. It's It's determined by the seed how many times Ganon teleports, but I don't think that's I don't think that resets when you redo the fight. So it can be anywhere between like 1 and 6 teleports each time here. I may have my numbers wrong on that. There we go. Yep, Nika got torch glitch there, which is if you relight one of the torches before, like the first torch before the second goes out, at the start of this phase, you only need to relight one of the torches. Saves on magic. It just makes the fight easier. And Nika has defeated Ganon, so we're coming up on time very soon. That time will be when the mosaic animation starts. And time. And now we have Vi finishing out Ganon's tower. And actually, she skipped over the key that was sitting on the floor, and I think she may regret that in a second, because she does not have a key for this door. And she's just realized the key. Which is still sitting in those spikes there. And GG. Where was Ice Rod? Oh, yeah. Ice Rod was... Oh, where was Ice Rod? It was really early on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really early. Oh, right.
Move your mic a little closer.
Right.
Yeah, no, you had Ice Rod super early, I think. Yeah.
Put the mic next to your mouth. Little pointer. Little pointer. Closer.
And Vi onto Aghanim 2 now. Oh, very nice hit there. That's a very clean Aga fight.
Very, very, very clean.
Oh yes, you can be on the stretch.
And yep, Vi now hacking.
I don't know what you're...
Have fun. Yeah.
Sure, if you want.
Alright, so Vi going for Aga. The Ganon fight. She has Gold Sword, which should make this nice and easy. There was a sword in Skull Woods. That's probably what you can find.
Oh yeah, I used Ross Skullwoods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
'cause-
a big chest in Skull Woods.
Yeah, I Ross Skullwoods.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious, why did you save quit out of Skull Woods and then just go back?
yeah, I just for whatever reason I just shut down. Like, yeah, I'm in go mode. Just go. No.
Yeah. Oh, and then you forgot you had to go in that dungeon.
Yeah.
That's fair. So Vi, not having silvers here, has to do the silverless
Ooh.
Ganon fight. But, getting 3 spins in 1 torch cycle, which is very...
143 is a good clear rate.
Yeah, quite a low clear rate, really. By just a few more hits, I think. Ooh, missing one there. On one heart, but that doesn't matter. She's got a fairy in reserve. So even if she does get hit, she's fine. He's got to be one hit now, right?
Gotta be so close.
There we go. And coming up on time. Time. GG.
Perfect message. Do you want to know where that bow placement was? The silver arrows. Pyramid ledge.
Oh my god.
So you didn't do East Side Dark World either?
No, I did not. Because Pod was pendant, so I just didn't go there. Didn't do catfish. Probably should have, but was the groan like a Ganon fall or?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Was Ganon fall?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fell on Ganon. Died on Ganon
You
actually.
Died.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, because I got the hint where it said, "Did you find the bow in the Dark World?" I'm like, I'll just check this one. This one on Pyramid Ledge. There it is.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I finished Lampless. Did you find Lamp?
No.
Yeah.
No idea where Lamp was. That
Yeah.
never showed
I
up.
can get the
It was
spoiler.
funny.
I can get the spoiler log for it.
Yeah, we should take a look at the spoiler log. Yeah.
Yeah. Magic Powder was on Lake Hylia Island.
Yeah,
I don't think you checked that.
I got that.
Oh, you got that.
I got that. Yeah. Because I used it to check half magic.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Did our incentive get met?
It did.
Well, the incentive's after the next run, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did get met.
It did get met.
Yes.
But we don't do that yet.
But yeah, thank you for watching. If you're at all interested in this game and have played it, I'd strongly recommend Randomizer. It's very accessible. There's a lot of resources out there. This game is run by so many people, and there's so many crazy modifiers that you can add on. This is like the basic Randomizer, and it's just really, really fun. It gives a whole new life to this game, and it's very, very good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And yeah, I think that's it for us. We'll be some of us
back
will be
shortly.
back
Yeah,
with,
back shortly.
With Vanilla: A Link to the Past.
Don't go anywhere.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Nika and Vi, for that fantastic rando race. Up next, we do have that. We're right back with A Link to the Past with a 80% major glitches, followed by, because that donation incentive was met, we will be doing a live tutorial, and then perhaps inviting people up on the stage to come do it for the very first time. Stick around for that. That will be coming up right next. Thank you. We did also get a $10 from Jasmine with no comment. And we did also get a $20 anonymous donation from the in-person cash donations up on my left on stage right. Thank you everyone so much for your donations. It's going to a great cause. So we're raising money for Game On Cancer, which is trying to fund early career cancer researchers across all areas of cancer research to hopefully make this the last generation to ever die from cancer. If you'd like to donate, if you're in person, you can either donate by scanning the QR code or at the desk to my left, or the cash donation, or if you're on our Twitch, you can do !donate, or go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, or just go to our website, ausspeedruns.com in general, and you can have a look at things there and donate if you'd like to. Thank you so much. Yep, we're good to go now. All right, so the next run is the Link to the Past Any% Major Glitches by vichisuki. Take it away.